Hello guys, Michelle is here, back with a brand new video. Today I'm gonna be talking about my thoughts on bo7 zombies. Just the zombies. So not the multiplayer and campaign and like the whole like the base game in general. I'm just gonna be talking about zombies for this video. If you wanna hear my thoughts and opinions about the game as a base and the multiplayer and campaign, I'll do a separate video about that, but strictly today we're going to be talking about zombies. So let's get into it. So I'm going to be breaking it up into 4 parts. I'm going to do the maps, the Easter egg, the Ravengers, then the characters. So, start off with the maps. Obviously, we know Ashes is basically just Transit remade, not like the original Transit. We always see like remakes on maps, well, technically remastered. Transit, fuck, not the right word. Ashes is literally like a remastered but yet remade Transit. And I get that people wanted Transit for the longest time, but I think when people basically asked for Transit 2.0, basically, I think they wanted it to be exactly like Transit on BO2, but with the bus route B instead of A. For those of you that don't know or you weren't there to play BO2, if you were in the bus depot on Transit, there would be a map of the bus route. There were 2 routes. Bus route A is the one you took, and then bus route B, which you couldn't get to. It didn't exist, basically. Which made people believe that Transit would come back at some point, which it did, but this ain't Transit, since it's a different universe. I guess you could say it's like a brand new. It's like a brand new universe. It's like, for example, if you watched the CW Flash and Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow, or like Supergirl, you would have obviously seen Crisis on Infinite Earths. And yes, this is a spoiler warning, just so you know, 'cause I'm going to spoil something. If you haven't watched it, go watch it before you watch any more of this. Literally, all of us obviously sacrificed himself to save the multiverse. In doing so, every other Earth obviously got put into one Earth, Earth Prime. That's literally what happened at the end of BO4. So it's literally just a different universe, which we already know that. But obviously Transit wasn't a part of this universe, so we couldn't really get a Transit 2.0 until they basically made Ashes, which is Transit 2.0, but it's not really Transit. Another thing about the maps is the bus on Ashes. I don't know why I'm calling it Transit, it's not Transit. Yeah, we got Ted, but I don't think people asked for a vehicle that you drive. I think people wanted it like what we had on Transit with the bus, which is basically where Ted drives us around. We don't drive the car ourselves. And I think people wanted like I don't know if people wanted the denizens back or not. Personally, I would take denizens any day of the week. I actually, even though they're annoying, it basically made it so the fog, like you wouldn't really run into the fog that much. Whereas in this game, well, this map, it doesn't feel like the fog's scary, like to the point where you don't want to run into it. Like, you know you could run from exit 115 all the way back to spawn, because there's no denizens. Because denizens will obviously spawn behind you, but yeah, you'll deal with the Ravagers, but Ravagers are simple to like get rid of. They're not that hard. Moving on to my next point about the maps. Personally, I wanted it to be, the maps to be brand new, like something we've never seen before. The problem is we've seen Ashes before, for instance like Transit, like I was saying. And we've seen Astra done before. All Astra is basically Shang and Moon put into one map. Because if you didn't know, Shang's on Mars and Moon's in space, which you are basically because you're on the asteroid. Obviously, there's the argument that yeah, but in Astra you're on the asteroid, whereas Moon you're literally on the moon. I get that, but it's still done before. Like I want something different than that. Like I want something brand new that's gonna blow my mind. When I saw Astra, it didn't really blow my mind. I'm being truthful. Like, it didn't blow my mind. It is a good map. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a good map. It's given us the answer we've wanted, but theoretically, we should have known that Shangri-La was on Mars from the get-go. Because the evidence was there, but no one could put it together because we didn't know if it was true or not. Because at the time we didn't really have like an Easter egg that confirmed it. But now that we know, it's calm. But like the map's good, but it's just we need something new, something that could like make us go, that looks so insane, to the point where like it just makes our brain malfunction. Like I want something new and never seen before. Like when Moon first come out, people were losing their shit because of something we've never seen in zombies. I mean, never thought we would see. Yeah, the Easter eggs are good. Don't get me wrong. Like the story's decent. Like it's really decent. But now moving on to my next point is the Easter egg, which basically ties in with the characters. So I'll put them basically both together. So it's basically 3 bullet points. So the characters, obviously we have the old crew and then the new crew. Now I haven't seen anybody talk about this. Anytime I've tried to see what the new crew's called, like the new like old crew's called, everyone calls them Janice. But what if, this may sound crazy, but it will, your brain will click. What if this old crew is literally Primus crew? Now I know what you're thinking, how's that even possible? The Primus crew don't even exist. Do they not? Because I don't know if anyone remembers, but this Richtofen is literally from the universe that collapsed. Because, well, the universe that collapsed at the end of BO4. He went through the portal with Samantha. Also, in the end of BO6, you see his face. He literally looks like the Primus Richtofen. Still does. And then when you look at Dempsey, Nikolai and Takeo not so much. Takeo doesn't really look like his Primus self. He slightly does, but he slightly doesn't. But the other two do. Especially Nikolai with his hat. So my theory of the Easter egg is we're basically seeing the backstory of the Primus crew. Because as we know, the Primus crew has been everywhere the Ultimus crew has. But if you look into it deeper, you would know that the Primus crew have been to Origins and they went in BO2. In BO6, the dig site, aka the tomb, is Origins because it's in France. The old crew never went to the tomb. They didn't go there at that point in time. They went further on in the future, basically. I know what you're saying. That ain't even possible because this game is set in the future, like past that. But what if it isn't? What if this game... Because obviously, like, we know there's time travel and zombies. So what if this is them going backwards in time? I don't know, just... Because we know they've been Shang, because they literally say they've been to the exact places the Olmos crew has. Astra Melora is in space, which is basically Moon. Then we have that noise. Fucking hell. Sorry about it, if you hear a noise, sorry about that. Then we go to Mars. That's where Shangri-La is. So technically, why is there 2 fucking saws going off? I've got a chainsaw and then I've got a sword going off. This is insane. So you're basically, they've been to Shang and all that. Now onto my final part of this video, the Ravagers. I don't like them. They're not, I can tell you for a fact they're not unique, but obviously, I don't think we care if they're unique or not, but personally to me, I just want a different boss that does something, well, not a boss, like a mini boss, like the dogs and that. No, the dog rounds and that. I want it to be something new we've like not seen before. Like, I don't want it to be like repetitive of like, yeah, but we've basically had something that does something similar to this. The Ravagers literally could destroy your equipment. That's exactly like the monkeys on Ascension, where they could get rid of your perk by hitting the perk machine. Like, it's quite the opposite, because obviously they get rid of, the Ravagers get rid of equipment and then the monkeys take your perks. It's literally something we've seen before, it's not unique. But to be honest, it is just a basically mini boss, I guess you could say. It's not a special zombie, but it's like a mini boss. So it ain't too bad. But it's still something we've seen, and it's just like, can we get anything new? Like, this just feels like, it's literally like all COD is just basically, we all know we all know COD is a copy and paste. Like, they never try and do something original like we've seen for the past couple of years. It's always like them trying to go back to their roots and bring like the old stuff into the new game, like we've seen on bo6 and 7, like the maps. I would say the movement, because the only difference, I guess you can say the movement actually, now that I think about it. You could say the movement is the exact same, because obviously you got the bo3 slide, and then obviously in Advanced Warfare you had the jetpacks, and then bo3 they added jetpacks as well, so yeah, I guess it's just copy and paste. But that's it for the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any theories about the story, where it's going and that, oh, actually I got one more thing about the story. When I was playing earlier, there was one quote Richtofen said that I've never heard him say throughout me playing this game for 5 hours. I played a game 2 hours straight playing as Richtofen, and he always said the same quote. But today he said a quote I've never heard him say before. He literally said, "You should go to hell." And then he laughs and goes, "Oh wait, we've already been." What's that meant to mean? Like, does that mean the new map is set in hell? If it is, that's going to be cool, because that's something new that I'll actually be looking forward to, if it actually is. Because it's just weird that he says, "We've already been to hell." I don't know, I've never heard the quote before. But yeah, that's pretty much the video. If you enjoyed it, let me know down in the comments your thoughts on the story and the Richtofen quote. And yeah, it's basically been mad to think about on that. But anyways, catch you guys in the next video. Peace.